Am I on my floor? Yes, 100%. Is my dog barking in the background? Yes, 100%. But it's okay, because regardless of everything, I have a sketchbook tour ready for you to watch. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. Obviously, this is not my desk. If you thought this was my desk, might be a little dumb. I'm sorry. It's a strong way to start the video off. But the only desk I have in here has all of my computer / digital art stuff on it. My other desk isn't in my room. Don't talk about the leak, don't talk about the leak, don't talk about the leak, don't talk about due to the leak in my house. I'm not gonna get into it because I get into it in every video, but I don't have that desk to film on, so instead we're doing it on the floor. But I mean, shout out to all of you who have been subscribed long enough to remember when I did sketchbook tours on my friend's floor. This is just like a throwback, except my friend isn't here. I have animals though. I've got a dog barking and cats playing, so I've got that going on for me. I normally put my coffee in the shot to have a bit of an aesthetically pleasing look, but I don't want to put my coffee on the floor, especially because my dog is right here. This is like the ugliest video I've made. We'll just get into it. I'll open it up. The sketchbook that this is, I never use one consistent sketchbook. I don't want to say I never use the same sketchbook twice, but I've never like, this is the sketchbook I like, this is the sketchbook I'm going to use all the time, always. So every time I make every time I do a sketchbook, every time I use a sketchbook, it's a different one, basically. This one is the Strathmore Mixed Media, what's it, 500 series? Yes, the 500 series of mixed media paper. Oliver, you dumbass. Put stickers in here because I have stickers that I never use. So I guess I'll go over those really quickly. These cacti ones are just washi stickers from, I think, Joann's. This one was my sticker. It's not available for Hi, Zola. It's not available to buy anywhere. I just wanted to test out how my printer at home prints on sticker paper. The answer is not well. This one is an Addison Grace sticker. I ordered one of their sweaters because I really like their music. Mostly because there are some stickers in the back. These ones and stuff. I'll talk about those later. They were like a limited edition thing, so I wanted them. And so I bought one of the sweaters to get those stickers, and then this came with it. I don't know if it just comes with every order, but there you go. This is a Magical Boy sticker. It's a webcomic, also going to be physically printed, which is awesome. I've been reading it literally since, what's it, the prelude? What's that mini thing for? The introduction chapter. I've been reading literally since that was posted. Longtime fan of that one. These ones are from a zine that I ordered. It was a Fruits Basket zine. Under here we got secret stickers, and then these are they both Banjo-Kazooie? These are both just from Fangamer packages. They give you a sticker with every order, so I just stuck those in there. But enough of that. First page. I actually did this first page when I was mostly finished with the sketchbook. I wanted to film it in a sketch vlog for forever, except a million life inconveniences prevented that from happening, so I just ended up doing the speed paint. But it's cool because I talked about mental health, which is important. These are my characters, Andy, Luca, and Rory. They're going through a bit of like a story revamp. I'll be talking about that next week, actually. If you're watching this the day I posted it, so stay tuned for that. This I actually drew forever ago. It's just, I had some scrap watercolor paper, so I drew my character Nicolette with Posca, and then I cut it out and taped it in here. Just the sketchbook the sketchbook goals that I wanted to do for this sketchbook. A variety of media. I wanted to work on character faces and same face syndrome, redesigning Andy's gang, and develop Andy's world. We'll go over the end about whether or not I accomplished those. This is just some like crafting paper like decorative paper I stuck in here. People always ask me how I don't get the markers to bleed through my paper. The answer is I don't. I just tape stuff on the opposite side so it looks like it doesn't bleed through. Because this 100% bled through. And you can see that there. I just taped stuff over it. More Nicolette. This was around the time I started this. When did I start this? What's that? July. I started this in July. So these characters were still a little new to me, and I was obsessed with them, and I still kind of am, to be honest. Especially her. That's Nicolette. She is my wife. Speaking of wives, is this a little much to start the video off with? I mean, it's not. It's just, it's fine. Literally, there are 3 women characters in this story, and I'm in love with all of them. There's Nicolette, Ellie, and Rosalie. And then I drew this mostly because when I shared Ellie's design, someone said they reminded her of like a bunny girl. And so I was like, gotta do it now. This I actually use a brush pen for. I used to line with brush pens a lot, but then I stopped. I guess I'll flip under here first. I wanted to work on designing some different outfits for these characters. They had like a whole wardrobe, and because they lived in like a more normal world, I guess, a lot of their clothes looked more normal. And because of that, I wanted to have a large variety of clothing. But now that they live in a little bit of like a more futuristic world where I can have a lot more fun with like the fashion sense, I decided to make their outfits more memorable, but limit them more so they have a smaller amount of different looks, but more memorable. These aren't it. I mean, this one looks fairly similar to how it ended, but it's fine. And then I drew that one because, I mean, of course I did. Kind of wish I didn't throw markers on it. Just an empty page, nothing fancy. This was when I was sent the Sanjoki art markers. Oh, hello. Okay, don't rub your face in the mic, please. Okay. This is when I was sent the Sanjoki art markers. This was the 80 set. They were so kind to send me those markers to try out for free. So here I was just thumbnailing the art that I wanted to make in that video, figuring out the colors for the character since I've never used it. This is Ellie. And then here's the finished drawing. I didn't know where to put, so I just taped it in my sketchbook. Here I went bowling. And so I drew the bowling alley. I wanted to like actually watercolor this and make it like the colors of the bowling alley. And I thought I took a picture of it so I can do it when I get home, but I either didn't or I deleted it by accident. So I just threw some tones of orange on it and called it a day. This was the card for the arcade. Retain and reload this card for future use. Okay. I was never sure if I was supposed to keep that, and I just did. But I taped that in here. These next few pages I'm not going to go over too in depth because I did have a video about them, but this was me redesigning the outfits, or like the main outfits for all of the characters in Andy's universe. We got Luca and Rory. Since they don't just live in a world that we live in, and it's a lot more complicated than that, I decided to add some spice to their clothing. Not like this kind of spice, just like some flavor spice. Jazzing it up a little bit. It was just me trying to figure out them. I really wanted to like save the essence of like their original designs, but make it like new. And I think this is the best example of that because I really loved Mabel's old design, but now it's like, it looks like her old design, but more suited to the world that she now lives in. Cairo, I had a really hard time. I still haven't fully decided how I want his clothes, but you know. And Hadia, last but most certainly not least. I'm in love with her new like outfit and everything. I just think she's adorable. This is gouache that I used. I used the Winsor & Newton designer gouache. At this point, I hadn't had a whole lot of them, and so the colors aren't exactly accurate because I had to mix them myself. I am multiple people. I had to mix them myself. Mostly this is supposed to be a little bit more purpley. But here's just figuring out her design. Here's like the little thumbnail. And then here, I don't know where my sketchbook was at the time, but I just had some quick ideas in my head to like iron out her new outfit a little bit more. So I just scribbled it down and taped it in here for future reference. This is also the start of me playing around with different flowers in artwork. Comment your guesses for what flower that is. This is a super exciting spread. For anyone who doesn't know me, hello, my name is Oliver. I am a trans man, and this is the date that I started testosterone. Currently, as of making this, I am 5 months taking it, which is super exciting. So I wanted to make a little spread kind of commemorating the moment. There's the date I started, and in Roman numerals, because why not? I'd love to get that tattooed, but I have 0 tattoos. And I don't know when I'm gonna get tattoos, if I get tattoos, but if I do get tattoos, I want that. Picture of me after my first testosterone shot. There it is. Just stick it in the belly. Me being very proud of me. A sticker that I got from when I bought more chest binders. This is the label of my first vial of testosterone that I finished. A little postcard that GC2B sends you when you order chest binders. Anyone who wants to know where to get binders from, GC2B. Absolutely, I've been using them since I was like 16. Never fail to, I was gonna say never fail to disappoint. They never disappoint, they never fail to make me happy. But I didn't know what to do with that, so I just taped it in here. The chemical formula for testosterone, just because I thought that would look nice on the page. Wow, my voice cracked. What a perfect time for my voice to crack when I'm talking about testosterone. Going through second puberty. I drew my needle, drew my other needle, drew the testosterone. I drew myself with some future scruff. Very excited for some scruff. Haven't really gotten some scruff yet. I've gotten some mild chin and neck beard going on, so that's fun. And by fun, I mean, why is my neck beard the most prominent place facial hair is growing? It's upsetting. But I also sucked at giving myself my shots. I would stab myself a billion times. It's all being confused. I'm fine at it now. I can do it fine now. Leon from Pokemon, they released this like alternative outfit for him in Pokemon Masters. It's just like this gacha game for the phone that I play every morning when I'm trying to wake up. And why did they have to do this to us? Look at him. He's beautiful. I love him. Ooh. And then here, do you ever just like remember a random ship and then they just start like consuming your life? That's a little bit of what was happening on this page. More Pokemon stuff, also from Pokemon Masters. This time of Lily. It was like for some anniversary thing, and I got her completely on accident, I guess. I was trying to get N, which I did get, and then since I just got N and I spent a little bit more money than I probably should have trying to get him, I had some extra gems, and so I did another pull, and I got her, which I was not expecting. There was another drawing here that fell out. Like, I taped it in and it fell out, but honestly, I kind of like it better without it, so I just never taped it back in. This is done in Posca. That's done in Posca. This is alcohol markers. This is just some crafting paper, and this is, I don't even know what kind of paper this is. I just had it, so. The Great Ace Attorney. I beat the first game. I was in the middle of playing the second game, and then for reasons I won't get into, I lost all of my Nintendo Switch save files, so. And I've yet to finish the second game, but maybe when I start my Epic Gaming channel. Who knows? Drew some of my faves. Kazumo is my fave, and then other characters I liked, including the tiny babies. And then my absolute faves. When I said he was my favorite, that was a lie. It's them two, but other than them two, it's him. Of course, we got Sherlock Sholmes and Iris. This I wanted to do in watercolors, but then I just got lazy and I never did. They're my absolute favorites. They're so much fun to draw. I love both of them so much. I like that face. And I just really love the way that this sketch turned out. I love it so much. I need to draw them more. This is my character Felix. This is when I was still trying to figure out his design a little bit. This drawing came later, which is why he looks a little different. This is more of like his finalized design, and then this was just me still trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with him. And this is, I think this is actually a brown paper bag that I taped because I wanted to use markers on the next page, and so I did that. You can kind of see the marker peeking through a little bit. Here's the halfway spread. It's pretty common for people to do pages like this where it's like an introduction page. I also like to do these like midway point pages. It's a nice reminder, like you're making progress, you're getting shit done, which is a very nice thing. Because sometimes when you're filling in a sketchbook, it can kind of feel like you're just drawing in it forever and it's not going anywhere, so. I like to do these. I also took this opportunity to try and figure out their designs a little bit more. Kairos I still need to work on. I'm not happy with it, but I think there are definitely some details I need to figure out still. Pretty happy with everybody else though. And this is the thumbnail for the first page that I didn't know where to put, so I just taped it in here. This is Sylvester, our resident DILF. I knew there would be like a certain audience of people who would find him so hot, but literally when I first shared his character design, I had the picture posted on Instagram for like 10 minutes and all the comments were just like, he's a DILF. So you're welcome, I guess. I got some Winsor & Newton brush markers because I found them at Ross for like $5, so I bought them. And I wanted to color this drawing in so I can test them out, but then I drew some stuff on the next page and I really liked them and I forgot this was here. So I just slapped some Tombow not alcohol markers, some Tombow water-based markers. That's the one. And I'm crying because I was really looking forward to trying those markers out. I still haven't used them in like a more finished illustration, so don't ask me if I can recommend them because I have no fucking idea. Oh boy, here is Succubus Andy. I wanted to draw Succubus Andy on the channel because I made a design for them and I fucking love them. But it's a little too spicy for YouTube, so here I was trying to figure out a more safe for work version. And then I liked it, so I doodled it more. I really like this sketch. I wish I did more with it. Here's when I was sent the Sanjoki markers again, but the 120 set. They're all super, super nice people, the people who work over there. They wanted me to try out their other set, and so I did that here. It was for, not here, here. This was for Christmas, clearly. They asked me to make a Christmas illustration, which I was super hyped about because I love Christmas. So here I was thumbnailing who to draw and what to draw. This is Noe. There's actually more drawings than this. I did a lot of the thumbnailing digitally just to save on sketchbook space, which I think I might have actually deleted most, if not all of them, so I can't show them to you. But I just was designing a little Christmassy outfit for her and figuring out what colors to use and all of that fun stuff. More Felix, trying to figure him out. Again, this was before I finalized his design, so I was still figuring some shit out. He was the hardest for me to design in this like group of characters. This is actually like, you know how when you go to like Home Depot or something and they have those like paint samples? That's what this is. And I messed up, so I just taped it over there. It's a hard time. Oh god, that's porn. I love taping in drawings in my sketchbook that I'm just gonna have to blur out later. Yes, I know I keep mentioning Patreon. I'm working on it. Got some more spice. I remember I colored these digitally and I posted it to Instagram, and the first slide was just like that, and someone left a comment saying like, I looked at that skirt and was like, that's not gonna cover anything, and then I swiped and saw the rest and I was like, ah, there it is. She's my wife and I am in love with her. All the explanation you need, I drew in another maid outfit because I looked at the first maid outfit I drew her in over here in the front of here. And I was like, you know, that's not a horny enough of a design, so. And then here's a spicier version of Succubus Andy that I just drew and posted to Instagram. But believe it or not, this isn't even the spiciest version. These are the spiciest versions. But you won't see what that design is. Subscribe to my Patreon in the future. Undertale, I was replaying Undertale, and I'm happy that it's like socially acceptable to like Undertale again, because it's a fucking bomb-ass game. Although on the downside, I can't draw most of the characters because I'm not good at drawing anthropomorphic stuff. I can draw Frisk, and then I was like, I can draw Metaton because he's basically a human. He's just a robot, which is not a human, but he's like a humanoid robot. I was gonna post this to Instagram and be like, he's like my robot husband, and see how many people comment and be like, no, he's like my robot husband, but then I forgot. So that never happened. Here, we'll do that now. He's like my robot husband. There you go. And then this is a little thumbnail. I drew Muffet for my sister for Christmas, and so here I was thumbnailing how to draw that. I guess I'll put the finished drawing on screen now. Just like tweaking her design since the characters are all like small and sprite-y. I take a lot of liberties with like their design because they are so small and spritey and 8-bitty. Would it be 8-bit or like 16-bit or like 32-bit? I don't know shit about bits. Just like figuring out how to draw her. It was really hard drawing her because she has 6 arms. And it's like, how could I pose her in a way that isn't awkward, you know? Then here's Deltarune. I'm a little obsessed with that at the moment. So again, drawing the human character fairly well and then struggling with everybody else. I can only really doodle Ralsei. I can't draw him in like a fully proportioned thing. I can only draw him looking tiny and baby, which I mean, he is tiny and baby, so I guess that's not a bad thing. And then Susie, I can only draw her from the side angle and not hate it. I don't like this. This one's fine. I hate this one. Milo and Bishop. I aged up a lot of my younger characters fairly recently, because just as I'm getting older, I don't enjoy writing like a cast that's like all younger people. I mean, I'm young still, but I usually enjoy writing stories where the main characters are like 20 or older, and so I aged them up and I wanted to tweak their designs. Again, still making them look like their old selves, but just making them look a little bit more mature, I guess. So I got Bishop and Milo. I'm really excited to draw them more. More Deltarune. Noelle is, I'm better at drawing her, because I just draw like how I would draw a person, and then I give her hooves and then like a little line between her nose and her mouth. She's baby, and I would die for her. Here, the Ralsei's fine. It's not the worst Ralsei that ever existed. It's okay. I don't like this Susie as much. I really love this side profile, and I just wish I could do that again. Some Susie and Noelle. I can't believe my favorite lesbian romance is between a dinosaur and a reindeer. Thanks, Deltarune. Pokemon character. In case you couldn't figure it out by now, I really fucking love Pokemon. And I have since I was like 5 years old, but I also really fucking love character design, if you haven't figured that out either. And so every time I play through a Pokemon game, I like to design a Pokemon trainer character and give them like the team that I use. Which, first of all, I don't normally use like legendaries and mythicals. Second of all, this Manaphy's ugly as shit, let's not look at it. I figured this is, if I ever wanted to use a Manaphy, this is like the one time to do it, because there's that event going on. I don't know if it's still going on by the time this video goes up, but there's a Manaphy egg event going on, and that's like the one of 2 Manaphy events that they had ever in Pokemon. So I was like, you know what, I like Manaphy, I'm just gonna use it, and it's fine, because fuck everyone who says that's shitty, because it's my Pokemon game, not yours. But here's her design. I named her Emmy, I don't know if anyone's going to care about this, but I really like it, so I'm just gonna go on about this. I wanted to play through the game with Spiritomb on my team, and in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, if you are in the post game, it is very easy to get him because you go underground and you talk to like the random NPCs, but you have to talk to 32 different ones. And so when you have access to all of the underground, you can just go to wherever you need to go and talk to 32 different people. But I wanted to play through the game with Spiritomb like on my team, and so I only had 2 gym badges, and so to find the 32 different NPCs, I had to go underground and then just go in and out of rooms over and over and over again, writing down the name of every NPC I came across to find 32 different ones, and I spent like 5 to 6 hours doing that. But for the area that I dug underground, the common NPC spawn for that area, her name was Emmy. So I changed the spelling and I named her Emmy. So there you go. It's a really long-winded story that probably very few will care about. Normally my Pokemon trainer characters go through a lot of phases on like what they look like, and me just like tweaking their designs a lot, but her design just kind of popped into my head and I really like it. I don't know how much she'll be changing in the future. Here he is! I meant to draw him earlier, but I forgot. N from Pokemon. This was the anniversary outfit that I saw and I was like, I need him. So I spent more money than I probably should have trying to get him. But I love him. I'm really happy that over the years Pokemon Black and White got the love that they deserved. Everyone hated them at the beginning, but I loved them. And now people are actually appreciating them for what they are, which is very nice. And then the last anniversary outfit, Steven. I put some tracing paper here. I wanted to like come on buddy. I wanted to spend more time on this illustration, but I used some Poscas here to fill in like the empty white space. I had some acrylic paint on my palette for some unrelated stuff, and so I just slapped it over here, but there are some like empty spaces, so I filled it with Posca, but then it smudged on this page, and so I was like, well, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this and then like it because it's already fucked. Drawing of Rayquaza. This is basically just like a redraw of the official Rayquaza art, or Rayquaza. There are some minor differences, but not enough for me to say that this is actually my original drawing. I was just like, I'm gonna draw Rayquaza. Hi, mister. Can you not play right next to my microphone, please? Oh my god. Hello. Oh, baby boy. But yeah, one of my least favorite spreads in the sketchbook, but it's fine. I intended it to be that way because it was fucked from the beginning. Some drawings of Aurora. I wanted to tweak her design because I was never super satisfied with her shirt. Nice wig track there. I'm trying to ignore it, but I can't. I really, really love her necktie, but I just couldn't make it work, so I got rid of it. She didn't go through like a super crazy redesign, but I just changed the way I drew her shirt, so. And then Remy, one of my wives that I realized I never draw. What you looking at there, buddy? Guys, please. I'm trying to show my porn drawings to the internet. I don't know how many of these I'm gonna have to censor. I mean, for the most part, I think it's fine. Maybe I censor this one and probably those. But yeah, I was like, this is my wife and I'm obsessed with her. Here we go. No, you're too young! Also, I just want you to look at this for a second. Just look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Okay, did you notice that there's like paper taped here? I added like color to her hair just to make it like a little bit more visually interesting, and so I wanted to got distracted by boobs to do that to the rest of like the drawings, but I got like halfway through and I kind of hated how it looked, and so luckily I took a picture of it before I colored it in. So I like traced what I could see, and then I pulled up the picture and I copied it and then taped the papers there. I think it would be less noticeable if I used like thinner paper, because I used some like really thick cardstock, but it was like the whitest paper I had, and the paper in the sketchbook's like super white, so I just wanted to try and make it blend in. Can you guess where my priorities were at this time in my life? My Witch universe. Robin, Arietta, Tabby, Millie. I really love all of the characters in this universe, but I was mostly focused on like my newer characters in this sketchbook because I was super obsessed with them, but I wanted to show them some love in this sketchbook, so. The second to last page. I usually draw Fairy Tail some point towards the end of my sketchbook because I really like Fairy Tail, and it's just like, it's a super safe comfort zone for me, and so whenever I'm like getting close to finishing a sketchbook, I'm just like, whatever, I'll just draw Fairy Tail, because it's not something I have to think about a whole lot because I can just do it. Mama. Buddy-o. Pros on having a kitten. They're adorable. Cons of having a kitten. They're really loud in the backgrounds of your YouTube videos. But I drew some of my faves, except for Gray. He's not here because I can't draw him, but it is what it is. The goals recap. The only one I would say I didn't really accomplish was the character faces and like same face syndrome. And then I decided to end it with some totally platonic stuff happening over here. Nothing crazy, but I also wanted to have like a similar pose, because here in the front, Rory was like carrying Andy, and Luca was like, oh, look at you guys. So I wanted to have something similar to end it with, and that's what I came up with. These food stickers, like I said, are from, hello, Addison Grace. Very good music, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, can recommend. More of the cacti ones, another one of mine. These are all from the Fruits Basket zine. And then these Pokemon ones were from when I got, like, you know those like lunch boxes of Pokemon cards? I got those like forever ago, and I've just had these for years, and so I just stuck them in there. There we go. Sketchbook. I really, really love this sketchbook. The paper in it was amazing. I'd love to use it again, but before I buy any more sketchbooks, I want to get through the pile that I have. I have like a really big pile of like unused sketchbooks because every time I see a sketchbook I like, I just buy it, which I had to stop doing because now I have a lot and I don't fill out sketchbooks fast enough to just have that many. But once I get through the pile that I have, then I will definitely buy this again. It's so nice. It's a little bit more expensive, I think, than like what I would typically buy for a sketchbook. It's like $20 to $25, I think, depending on where you go, which is definitely more than what I would pay normally, but I think it's worth it. I really, really love this sketchbook. Can recommend. And now, time for some chaos. Do you like my closet? It's very nice, isn't it? We got that done and over with. I always like to give a little preview of my next sketchbook. If you know, you know. Let me see, what's the drawing I can show you? I'll show you this spread. I like this spread. Look at them not being romantic at all because they're not dating. There's my sketchbook. Hope you liked it. This is definitely my favorite sketchbook by far, which I guess is a good thing because it's also my most recent sketchbook. So I hope you guys liked it too. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your favorite drawings. That's what this is. That's what's in sketchbooks, drawings. There are very few drawings in this sketchbook that I would say I don't like, so that's fun. That's always fun to see improvement. And if you're excited to see this on, feel free to stick around. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And also, if you're new here, hello, my name is Oliver. Nice to meet ya. I post videos here, preferably every single Wednesday. My schedule has been a little bit hectic, but I'm trying to get back on track in the new year, so if you want to see a new video every Wednesday, hopefully, maybe, possibly, consider subscribing. I have a lot of fun with art here on this channel. You saw a lot of my original characters in here. I draw them a lot, talk about their stories a lot, but I also make fan art, I do sketch vlogs, I do speed paints, whatever I really feel like, honestly. If any of that sounds interesting to you, feel free to stick around. I'd love to have you. And if you want to see more from me, you can follow me on social media. Those will be shown on screen now and linked in the description box below. And if you want to see some more videos of mine, there will be some on screen now and linked in the iCard for you to check out if you want. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week, hopefully. Bye.